just when I thought things were finally calm and quiet at work, do we have another Rocky situation on our hands? Maybe. I'm hoping it doesn't get as bad as that, but we may have a new Rocky. It's not her. Don't worry. She didn't come back. And the person in question is, at least as far as I know, nowhere near as evil as Rocky was to me. But, ooh boy. Yeah. Buckle up, because, I think we're about to have probably a multi-video story arc going again, depending on how things go. I mean, if things just gloss over and smooth over easily, there'll probably be nothing to tell, but if this becomes an ongoing thing like I fear it might, probably gonna become a multi-video thing again. So, hang with me. So, the person in question, I'm going to call Judas. We're gonna call him Judas. Which, as a Catholic woman, feels very appropriate. But anyway, also ironic when taking into account the fact that Rocky also makes me think the Beatles song Rocky Raccoon. Judas, oh shit, now we have Hey Jude. I swear I didn't do it for the Beatle puns, but here we are. So, yeah, it's like that. So, unintentionally, but it's like that. Anyway, it took me a long time to come up with a name that'll work for this, so shut up. I'm proud of myself. So, Judas is our assistant manager. Judas, I thought was cool at first. Seemed like everybody really liked him at first. Then again, I thought that about the one captain who turned out to be a white supremacist and got fired a week into working for us. So, I mean, yeah, I don't always have the best judgment character. But this one, no, I mean, he's been there for at least a couple months, maybe a few months even. Yeah, it has to have been at least a few months. Probably since, I want to say maybe like March or April, something like that. So, I mean, he's been there for a while. And up until now, I've had zero issues with him. I thought he was really cool and seemed like everybody liked him. He's really helpful. He actually offers guidance, which, yeah, up until then, nobody really had. I mean, they gave like the bare bones minimum and then threw you in and figure it out pretty much has been the MO. This guy actually took the time to guide and teach, which is fabulous because literally nobody else was doing that. We needed that. I'm very grateful for that. I am not talking any crap on that. Judas is also in charge of the schedules, which for the longest time seemed like he was actually, if anything, more efficient than our old assistant manager was with it. Definitely more efficient than the main manager. No offense. No offense. Just calling him as I see him. He's a lot more on top of it and quick with things. No shade, just stating a fact. But was really great with it. Like, if you messaged him with any concern about anything, he'd see it. And even if he didn't answer it right away, he'd at least have it opened and read within like a couple hours of you sending it. So that felt like a huge step up from the old way of things, where sometimes it would take days for something to even get seen, much less answered. Everything was great. I mean, you could request things off, and generally, you had a pretty good shot of getting them. Generally, I don't ask for things off that are just for funsies. I ask for ones that are literally required. I physically cannot be there. It is what it is type dealios. But everything going on with my mom's health, I kind of don't have a lot of leeway with that. So, I explained my situation. My boss knows my situation. He knows it better than anybody. But told him that. He told me at the time that he understands, has no problem being accommodating of that. Figured, okay, that's a weight off my mind at least. I had to request time off a couple months ago for regarding to that. Wasn't an issue. Took care of that. Was fine. Have to again this month. And I had it well in advance. Like, we're supposed to have it 3 weeks in advance notice for requests and things. But I had this literally months in advance. Was reassured that it was in the book. I had even had to write a post-it note as a reminder at work to make sure that he remembered to put it in the book, and he did in fact put it in the book. He even showed me where it was, in person. I saw it on the page with my eyeballs. So, where this is going, there's some flaws in his version of the story. Yeah, that. So, anyway, I knew it was in there, didn't give it much thought beyond that. We had one staff member who was gone to, like, I think Africa for like a month, and when he came back, he wasn't in the system, so people had to like manually give him shifts of theirs till he was back in the system. So I had even messaged him asking, hey, that week that I'll be gone, since it's like a full week this time, is that gonna knock me out of the system to where I'm gonna have to contend with that like so-and-so did? He's like, no, it's only a week, you're already back in the system. He totally acknowledged it. He knew about it. The schedule comes out, and most of it's blocked out, gone, where I'm not in there, but he did try to put me in on one day in the middle of it. It's like, dude, what the hell's that? And then he played dumb. And acted basically like it was news, and like I had waited too long to request it despite it being months in advance, so, oh, your girl has screenshots of all the things. I always document all of the things. I am no dummy. This is not my first rodeo dealing with people, so I know damn well on important shit you always document everything. That's why I make sure I don't do stuff verbally. I do it on paper or on the messaging thing where I can have documented proof in writing that a thing was said, with dates, with timestamps. So, point out, how do you figure I was 3 days late? He gave me some BS thing about, you're 3 days late to report the error. I reported this error literally an hour after the schedule was posted. I'm always right on top of it. I have notifications set up on 3 different devices to let me know the second there's a message on there. So, I never ever let it get very far unless I am physically at work when it comes through, and even then, either on my break or the second I get home, it's only a matter of a few hours till I see it and I'm on it. So, anyway. Beside the point. Had screenshots of that too that I could use to prove, dude, right here, where are you getting 3 days from? And not my problem, just get it filled. It's like, when it's in that first 24 hours of it going up and the error was on your end, that's your thing to get filled, not mine. Pretty much told me, yeah, not my problem, get it filled or take it up with insert name of boss here. So fine, I did message the boss. And lo and behold, no sooner had I messaged him and it was seen by him. Oh, Judas responds with, never mind, I'm not reposting the schedule, but I'll have it filled. Fine, whatever works, don't care. I don't care if you reposted. Do what you gotta do. It's not my problem to deal with when the error's on your end, so fine. Alright, cool. So, I even talked to the main boss at work that very shift about it, and my concerns and things, and it seemed like everything was smoothed over. Not a problem. This particular shift, as far as I know, it's not a problem for this one. However, a couple of days later, I messaged him again to let him know that I'm going to be dropping Sundays from my availability as of October. Altogether. Like, not just, I mean, it's already my shortest day. I only give him 4 hours out of Sundays as is. I'm like, you know what? No. I really, it's cutting it too close, so Sundays are gone. So, alright. I messaged that to him. And actually, what I messaged first was, so when would be an appropriate time to let you know about that in advance, when I know months in advance on this, to where it actually oh, that's a detail I forgot. Okay. Cycling back, we'll come back to this. So, when I talked to the main boss about the whole thing that same day, apparently Judas was also messaging the boss at the same time that I was talking to him in person, and the boss was like, he said he totally forgot to put it in the book. And I'm like, it didn't dawn on me until that night of, no, he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't, because I saw it in the book, for one. Two, he acknowledged this very break, like, a couple of weeks ago. And three, how would he have known to block out the rest of that week if it wasn't in the book? He's lying, dude. He just doesn't want to deal with my shit. Now, this isn't the first time he's made a mistake. No. At least once a week, he seems to, I don't know if it's intentionally or not, but always schedules me somewhere outside of my availability. Either days of availability or hours of availability. Either way, I can't do them when they're not in my availability. I literally cannot. I have other shit going on. I also have no transpo. Literally cannot. So, so that's where that lied, but coming back around to where I was before, trying to remember all the things when I don't have the screen in front of me with the exact chat log. But anyway, so I messaged him about when would be an appropriate time to let you know about one that I know, or a availability change that's going to be happening in a couple of months here. Because I don't want it to be like this one where it apparently didn't make it into the book. Playing along with his story, but whatever. Where it doesn't slip through the cracks. Would it be better for me to tell you now and send a reminder as of, like, the start of September? Or would it be better for me to just sit on that info and wait? Or, like, what would you like me to do? Not only no response, but never opened. That was early that morning. That is not like him. Clearly he's still pissed off and annoyed, but okay, fine. I gave the benefit of the doubt that maybe he's just busy, whatever, fine. So that night, I message again. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to throw it out there so it's on the record. As of October 1st, Sundays are gone from my availability permanently. I'll send a reminder at the start of September. And nowhere for the rest of that night was anything open. The whole next day, nothing open. Into the next day, nothing open. So I finally messaged the boss about, okay, so apparently I'm still having a problem with Judas because I don't know if he either muted me on the platform that we use for our messaging system, or if he's just flat out outright ignoring me. Either way, given he is the one in charge of schedules, kind of have to have that open line of communication. I don't think he's allowed to do that, to single somebody out all petty-like and just ignore them for funsies because he doesn't feel like dealing with me. So what am I supposed to do in the event that he just ignores me after he inevitably will make another mistake with my schedule? Because I know the game at this point. We all know it's going to happen again. So what is the course of action that I take when that happens if he is still ignoring my messages? Because if he's not opening them to fix them, I can already see down the road that he's going to claim, oh, well, didn't see it in the first 24 hours, so it's on you. Be like, yeah, well, I sent it in the first 20 hours, or 24 hours, so it is on you. Not my fault. You didn't open it, and you didn't do your job. So, messaged the boss about that. Showed it was open in red, but no response. So I got a little annoyed at, okay, I still have no answers, and I'd kind of like answers because I'm an anxiety queen, and I can't handle not having my clear-cut plan in place of how do you deal with X scenario should it come up on, like, literally anything my brain can come up with. So I messaged the district manager the same thing. Problem is, he literally never read it, but I don't know if that's normal for him or not, because I don't think I've ever messaged him before. So fine. I took that shit to HR. Fuck it. It's like, I will go to the top of the goddamn chain. I'll keep going until someone takes me seriously. Fuck. Because this ain't right. I did nothing wrong to deserve this, and this is unprofessional behavior. There's no excuse for that. There is no fucking excuse for that. When he is literally an assistant manager and the person in charge of scheduling. Yeah, I did nothing wrong here. That's all on him being petty. So I reach out to HR. And I actually, thank God this time, got an email back really quickly. Unlike the Rocky situation where I contacted them time after time after time after time after time, and just radio silence every damn time. This time, thankfully, they seem to actually have someone taking it seriously, so they asked, okay, when would be a good time to talk to you on the phone to collect some more information about this? I'm thinking, well, by the time that they had responded to that, it was almost time for me to go to work, so I'm like, I can talk to you 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Does that work? Yep. Good. Glad to hear it. So I'm looking at the schedule, I'm thinking, well, he's not here tonight, so apparently I don't get to confront him in person tonight, so damn. I might tonight, but I don't know. But, it's alright. Had that in place. I go to work. It's basically a ghost town in there, but a couple of our captains are there. And I make a point of telling literally every member of the staff that's there exactly what's going on, because I know damn well that the scheduling mistakes are not just happening to me, but I wasn't sure if the ignoring thing was only happening to me or not. And yeah, he's not doing that to anyone else. That is singling me out specifically. So this, at this point now, just smacks of a dude who does not like a female telling him he was wrong and how to do his job, because fragile male ego. Anyway, so heterosexual males, gotta love them. But anyway, yeah, that. So I'm telling all of them that, asking them, what the hell am I supposed to do with this situation? Do I send it to the group chat in those instances? Do I send it to the main? But, like, what do I do? Do I just call out sick and go, fuck it, you're a problem now to deal with? Like, I don't want to do that last one. I mean, worst case scenario, if you leave me no choice, then you don't get to be shocked, but, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, but, anywho, so, I'm asking them what the hell I should do, and literally nobody knows what to do with this, but they all agreed that, yeah, that's not a thing he's supposed to be allowed to do. So, alright, I am in the right here, and they all agreed that, yeah, this is something that HR should be aware of. They had asked if I had talked to the district manager first. I was like, well, I tried to, but he never opened it. Ironically, the district manager will be in the store tonight, so I might be able to just, like, if I can find a moment to get him aside, I might just talk to him in person if I can, but who knows if I'll have an opportunity, but I'm gonna try. So anyway, there's that. As the evening goes on, one of the captains is kind of gossiping with somebody else there that was in from another store to help out with the lack of coverage we had last night, and they're totally gossiping about how, okay, refilming that last bit because I forgot to use the nickname. I'm still, whenever I come up with the nicknames, there's always a learning curve to actually getting the names correct, so, anyway, their conversation went down something along the lines of, oh, you should see this conversation I'm having with Judas. He's so pissed. Oh my god. I never saw the conversation. I was only overhearing the conversation they were having about the conversation. But overhearing that much, and about how something with, yeah, he said to me how, gotta keep it professional all times. And I told him how, yeah, that's literally not professional. I'm thinking, oh boy, are they or aren't they talking about me? There's a good chance, given circumstances, it might be. It might be. That's not me being an egotist. Now, I made a point of glancing at my watch around this point. So glad that I did, because when I got home and checked the messaging center on there, literally a few minutes before that time, guess who had finally sent the briefest of brief messages back? Yeah, so I'm almost positive that was definitely in reference to me. And then apparently, yeah, it's me that he's pissed at. For no good reason. I did nothing wrong. But anyway. Anyways. So there's that. Fast forward to this morning, I talked to the HR department. It was a very easy conversation, literally just told them everything that I told you guys, except with the actual names instead of the nicknames, with a little bit more detail on certain stuff, but basically it's the same thing. So, alright. I responded to his super brief message he had sent to me. He had messaged back, I'm trying to remember word for word what it was because I don't have it on the screen in front of me because I'm filming with my iPod instead of reading on it, but I believe he messaged back something to the effect of, yeah, it's a lot easier to read sentences than paragraphs. I'm dropping Sundays would suffice. That's all he put. Oh, and he also included, and sometimes things do fall through the cracks. Now that part's important because I responded to that with, I understand that things fall through the cracks. I get that. That's why I don't mind sending a reminder come September about this. Again, that was sent this morning. It is now, what time is it? 10 till 4 p.m. It's still unopened. Again, unlike him, given that he usually pounces on at least reading messages within a couple hours of them coming in, so. Yeah, it's been like that. But I finally did get at least a short response from the main boss saying that, yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about it tomorrow. Now, I don't know if that also coincided with HR now reaching out to him to deal with it. I know they said that they will also be talking to the district manager about this too, so is what it is. I mean, again, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, but, because, I mean, again, there is nothing I did that was wrong here. So, just saying, all I did was defend myself and my rights, and the fact that he was in the wrong, I was right on this one. That's all that happened. I wasn't even rude about it, is the best part. But apparently this is how it's being handled. So that's where things currently are. It's like that. So, I suppose, depending on how things pan out, we might have more story times like this one to go on with, or if it just breezes over smoothly, which I would actually prefer, I could tell you, yeah, problem solved and there's nothing really to talk about. I would actually prefer if that's the thing that happened. I'd rather there not be story times of drama, but if there's drama, then, you know, I'm gonna make my story times. So, just is how it is. And yeah, if he's watching it, the boss knows that I make these. He already pretty much signed off on it that I'm not doing anything wrong here either, so anyway. Yeah, the whole thing is so stupid. I'm just like, really? Really right now? Like, like this is the mentality of, a girl told me I was wrong, so I'm not gonna talk to her. Like, oh, okay. Bye, I guess. Alright then. Whatever. I don't care. What's he gonna do? Cut my hours? Ooh, terrible. That's what I was kind of trying to get to have happen anyway, so. Yeah, that. Honestly, if we're into the middle of Drama Fest, I know about availability changes happening as far out as next summer if I'm still there, so, but I don't think this is the time to be reporting those, so, yeah, so, because that one's going to be even more interesting with, in May, one day of the week going away for just that month, and then coming back in June, but then in June, a different day of the week going away for that month, and then coming back, and then either the last week or the last 2 weeks of July going away, but we'll see. I might not even still be working there by then. Who knows what's gonna happen, but my working at this place definitely at least lasted as long as what I needed it to, everything since that point has been fun money. So this is why I'm not even stressing over it at this point. I'm like, whatever happens, happens. It's all good. It gets resolved. Cool. I get fired. Cool. I don't really give a shit anymore. It's like, either way, I got it to last as long as I needed it to pay off those debts. So everything sometimes been fun money, but I'd rather not get fired over something so stupid, but I mean, stranger shit has happened. I mean, people have apparently been quitting left and right lately, from what I've been hearing through the grapevine, and one of those breaks my freaking heart, because it was one of my favorite people there. And boy, it has me wondering, man, if even he got pushed to the point of quitting, what happened that led to that point? Yeah, it's... Yeah. I'm just like, holy shit. Do we have some corruption in the system right now? I think we might, and hopefully it won't last real long before it's fixed, but if it's not fixed, then I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Boy. Almost hate to tell him that I think I'm going to be cutting my hours shorter too per shift, but that is not the time to be telling it right now, so... Because I think I'm going to be starting my shifts at like 4 or 5 instead of 3, but this is not the time to be reporting that. That is not the time to be reporting that. I can wait a little bit to report that one. Wait for things to blow over. Or, worst case scenario, guess it's not a problem at all if I get fired, but whatever. I mean, again, I'd rather not get fired, but especially since I did nothing wrong, but we'll see what happens. It's always interesting when dealing with guys, because you don't know how they're gonna react in different situations. It's really weird. It's always the ones you least expect, right? Like, I don't get it. Like, he seemed so cool at first. Like, something that I definitely should have been written up for was just swept under the rug. And then other shit like this, where I did nothing wrong. Oh, this is the thing that's gonna be blown out of proportion. Okay. Makes sense, I'm sure, somehow. I don't know, but, God, what is my life? I don't know anymore, but, let's see, what time are we at now? We're 5 till 4. I don't know if this video will make it up before I go to work tonight, so this might be a day behind when this is all going down. Today is what the fuck day is today? I don't know what date it is, but it's Wednesday, so for reference, it's Wednesday today. So, anyways, yeah, I'm like, I am too old and too tired for this bullshit, but it is what it is. I don't even care. I can't be bothered to stress over this because it's not worth stressing over. It's so dumb. But yeah, it'll work out one way or another. I am positive of that, and that is why it's easier to not stress. The whole thing with Rocky, stressed a whole lot harder over because I think being brand new there, I felt like I had no voice with which to speak up for myself yet. I've been there close to a year now. I've been there longer than quite a few of the people that are currently there at this point. I can stand up for myself without worrying about it now. Like I said, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Fire me? Ooh. It's not my only means of income, so... but again, I'd rather not be fired, because I'm sure the boss is watching this, but I'd rather not be fired. I'd rather keep working there. I'd just rather there not be drama. But anyways, that is where things stand right now. So, yep, that's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and hopefully post this before work, but I don't know if it'll actually make it up by then, because the video has to import, has to edit, export, and then upload. So I'll be doing good if the first step is done by the time I gotta go. So anyways, that is it, my dudes. So I'll keep you posted on whatever ends up happening, good, bad, or otherwise. So yeah, never never a dull moment, is there? Well, I shouldn't say that. We had hell a month of it being a dull moment, I suppose, but that's not what the saying is, so anyway. You know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below, make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more, it's all down below, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, which helps so much, and get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway guys, till next time, bye!